श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा।
गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, गोविंद गोपाल हे नंदलाला, राधे गोपाल गोपी गोपाल, राधे गोपाल गोपी गोपाल, राधे गोपाल गोपी गोपाल, राधे गोपाल गोपी गोपाल, मीरा के नाथ प्रभु मुरली 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 गोपाल, गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल, गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल, at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, most respected State President, office bearers, the seniors, dear elders, beloved youth from the great state of Orissa. I thank you very much for extending the invitation to talk to the youth this morning. Before I actually begin my talk, let me express my thanks to your seniors of those years who extended all kinds of courtesy, reception, hospitality, and welcome. At this moment, I recall late Brahmananda Panditji, the State President of Orissa. I heard him speak. I know that he, in those days, even this day, the most popular State President is Brahmananda Pandit. In the whole of this country, I can say that. And I heard his talks in Raigada, Bhubaneswar, other places where every sentence of Brahmananda Panditji was cheered and loudly applauded by the entire gathering and audience. What the political stars there, great speakers from government circles and politics, they are nothing in front of Brahmananda Pandit in the art of public speaking. Let me express my gratitude to that great noble soul. I also remember at this moment Mr. Pani and Mr. Patnaik, who are the leaders of Sevadal, the champions who always thought of such an organization and service activity, nothing else. My humble salutations to both of them. I also remember late Tama Jagannathan, the regional coordinator of Jaipur, really a great soul and a great singer and a good organizer by his own right. My humble salutations to Tama Jagannathan. I also remember Sri Gopal Rao, Sri Raghava Rao, Prahlad Patnaik, Subhash Chandra Sahu, and Govindas of Berhampur, Dr. Mohanty. Well, all of them, I remember, I consider them as members of my own family. My friends, most of the youth may not be knowing Satya Sai organization Orissa has a special place in India. The Satya organization, the service organization, has a special place in the heart of Sai. The way the Sevadal was appreciated by Bhagavan, the way how Sevadal was received by Bhagavan in those days, well, memorable event indeed, matchless, second to none. The Sevadal of Orissa is very, very famous and popular. And I also attended the state conferences there in the state of Orissa, one being held at Raigada. I think at that time, G. Vaikuntham was there at that time, I remember. I remember to have visited all places right from Lakshmipuram, the Sunapeda, Malkangiri, Koraput, Jaipur, Raigada, Puri, Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Talcher, Denkanal. All these places I visited. It is Bhagavan's grace. Well, I also feel that I belong to the state of Orissa in one way. Because I traveled all over Orissa more than the people of Orissa themselves. I also remember the place, Taptapani, quite close to Berhampur. A paradise indeed, a paradise indeed. Then I was taken to that place that night for my stay. It was Brahmananda Panda who told me, Mr. Anil Kumar, there in Taptapani guest house stayed V.V. Giri, the President of India, and Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, Swami Chinmayananda. Now Anil Kumar is going to stay there. What a wonderful experience it is. Well, unforgettable. I also remember the inauguration of Berhampur Mandir there. Swami sent me all the way to inaugurate Satya Sai Mandir in Berhampur. While talking, in the course of my talk, I said, I feel the presence of Bhagavan here now. Though I am just inaugurating, I feel His touch. That's what I said. What happened in Berhampur? There to the picture of Swami, a very big garland, huge garland, very heavy in its weight, was tied up on either side to the picture. Then I said, Bhagavan is here. The garland danced and just dropped there. People clapped and cheered like anything, feeling the divine presence of our most beloved Bhagavan. And I should also say another important point, the administration of Orissa State Organization, ably, efficiently maintained by Subbarao Jetni, Khurda Road. He is almost the Secretary General. What Kofi Annan to the United Nations Organization is Subbarao Jetni. I also remember at this hour, Subhadra, the state Bala Vikas convener. Now you can understand how closely I am related to Orissa. And personally I am very grateful to Orissa because it was in Rayagada I saw for the first time how a state organization should be run. Just as in railway platform, in railway station, you find huge boards. In Rayagada, I saw a very lengthy board, districts names, Bhavika, Sevadar, all different wings, and there Subbarao sitting with his trunk and all files, or reports received, tick, reports not received, into mark. By looking at the board, he will easily say whether you have sent the report or not. Well, the statistics, the administration, the Secretariat of State governments may fail, but not the administration of Orissa Satsai organization. A wonderful way of administration. I have copied them. I have learned from you. Many people, even today, come and tell me, though I left Satsai organization 20 years ago, because Swami wanted me to go over here. Many people tell me, sir, we have your letters. We have your acknowledgement letters. We have copy of all of your letters. I tell them, the credit goes to Orissa, from whom I have learned administration of Satsai. It is said that all IAS officers, Indian Administrative Service, all those who are selected for IAS undergo training in Mussoorie. I wish all state presidents should have a training under the leadership of Orissa State Organization. Finally, I also express my grateful appreciation to Sri Jagannath Rao and his beloved wife who are here. And his wife translated my talk into Oriya language. One of those days, I do not remember the exact year and the day, and she did exceedingly well. That her translation was better than the original talk in English. I will read that. And with Jagannath Rao's task in translating books, making them available in Oriya language, deserves all the appreciation, and may Bhagavan bless you both. And I hear they are traveling all around. Now they are in Gauhati. Let them go all over from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, carrying the flag of Orissa State Organization, a product of Orissa. Well, with these words of introduction, my friends, the topic given to me is Daiva Preeti, Papa Bhiti, Sanghaniti. Being a teacher, I must stick on to the subject given and do full justice. Let us see what marks you would give me toward the end of the talk. Daiva Preeti, love for God. You love God. In fact, if you are to love anybody, you should love God only. What do you mean by that? Don't you know what love is? We know what love is from novels, from books, from cinemas. All the love that we know is artificial. All the love that we experience is a matter of business. The love that we experience is conditional. Wife loves her husband so long, he says yes to her. When he says no, the Korea war starts there that night. Therefore, the wife and husband love each other, provided they say yes, 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 that's all. There is a kind of love between a boss and a subordinate, so long the subordinate obliges his boss. This kind of love in our offices, in our families, in society is all selfish and conditional. It is not above the normal expected ways of thought. Therefore, my friends, Daiva Priti, loving God, when you love God, what does it mean? It should be selfless. It should be unconditional. You love for love's sake, that's all. Oh Venkateshwara, I love you, provided you give me a job. That's not love. Oh Venkateshwara, I love you and give my hair in return, provided you get my daughter married soon. That's not love. This is all conditional love. The true love is unconditional, selfless, not seasonal. It's not seasonal. Because we know people love you because they need some work from you. It is seasonal, accidental, occasional, incidental. It is not that. But this love is love for God. Daiva Priti is eternal, continuous, beyond time and space, eternal, unconditional, selfless, pure. And universal. And universal. That is what Daiva Priti is. So my friends, when we develop this sort of Daiva Priti, love for God, what is going to happen? What happens is, you'll be able to love all. When you love God, you'll be able to love all. Why? Because God is present in everyone. God is in everyone. So, to love all, you should love God. When you love all, you love God. Meaning, love God is equal to love all. That's all. Because on inquiry I found some students are quite young in junior classes. I'm trying to be very slow and repeat the points so that we'll be able to understand me. I'm a teacher by profession for the last 46 years only. So I know how to reach you, And then this, when you love God, what happens? Daiva Priti. Why should you love Him? Why? So that you will be good, as our state president said. To be good, you should love God. Why? What do you mean by goodness? Goodness is not simply be a non-smoker. Some people say, I don't smoke, so I am good. I don't drink, so I am good. I am a vegetarian, therefore I am good. That's not that. That's not only that. To be good meaning, you should not be jealous. You should not have any anger. You should not have traces of greed, anger, greed, jealousy, avarice, hatred. These qualities you should not have. And this is possible when you love God. Because love and hatred can never go together. Love and enmity can never go together. Love and anger cannot go together. Water and fire cannot go together. Light and dark cannot go together. Therefore, when you love God, you love all. You will not have bad qualities like jealousy, anger, hatred, and so on. Then you can be good. That's what goodness meant. Cultivation of positive characters, getting rid of negative characters is what is called goodness. Give up all negative characters. Develop positive characters. That is goodness. This is possible when we love God. These are the features of a person who loves God. Daiva Preeti, to love everybody, love all. And then we come to the second point, Papa Bhiti, fear of sin. What is sin? Let us understand that. Aurangzeb destroyed all temples. If you tell Aurangzeb, Maharaj, it is a sin to demolish a temple, no, he will say, it is a merit punya and not a sin papa. Because demolishing Hindu temples is punya to a Muslim. So define what is sin. What is sin? What is good for you may not be good for me. Take for example, dark night Amavasya. Amavasya is not good for Andhras. Amavasya, highly sacred for Tamilians. Well, highly sacred. So what is good, what is bad, let me know. In those days, in the early days, to go to a foreign country is a sin. It is a sin to go to a foreign country. What my grandmothers, great-grandmothers used to say, Chandala Yoga. Chandala Yoga to go abroad in those days. And today, not to go abroad is Chandala Yoga. One should go there. So what is sin, what is not a sin? Please let me know. To drink coffee was a sin. Not to drink coffee today is a sin. Not to drink. Therefore, the sin concept itself questionable. Sin concept itself is controversial. The idea of sin is debatable. You cannot define what sin is. You cannot. Because it varies from one country to another country. To kill a cow is sin in India. But to kill a cow and eat it is a merit in other countries, punya. Beef, the flesh of cow, yes, people like it. You see in certain countries like Chicago, in a big wagon, you'll find so many cows there, living cows. If you go toward the end, bones on one side, flesh on the other side. At the end, nice packets of the flesh of cow, beef packets are ready. They are sold in market. If you tell them to kill a cow is a sin, what do they say? It may be a sin to kill an Indian cow, but not an American cow. To kill an Indian cow is sin. Therefore, we cannot define what it is. We cannot define it. So, what is the real sin? The real sin is to consider yourself separate from God. To consider yourself separate from others. To consider yourself superior to others. To consider yourself that you are higher, that you are above others. That is the sin. Let me not feel that I am more than you, even in my dream. Let me not consider that I am superior to you. Let me not think that I am separate from God. Simple example. Drops of water make a glass of water. Glasses of water make a big container of water. Many containers of water may make a tank full of water. Many tanks of water make a lake of water. Many lakes make a river. Many rivers make an ocean. Now what is an ocean? A drop of water is equal to ocean, that's all. Right? Simple mathematics. Therefore, my friends, drop of water is equal to ocean. What is the difference? Only in quantity. If the drop thinks I am separate, I am great, the ocean will think that the drop is a fool, that the drop is mad, that the drop is crazy. Why? That ocean is nothing but more and more and more of drops of water. That's all. Similarly, the sin is to consider yourself different from God, to feel that you are different from the rest of the members of the society. A community consists of group of individuals. A forest consists of a group of trees. A colony consists of number of houses. Humanity comprises many human beings. Humanity is a part of divinity. This is punya or merit. To consider separate from that is mahapapa, worst of the sins. Papa bhiti. Bhiti meaning fear sin. Bhiti, fear. Papa, sin. Fear sin. You don't fear anybody. If at all you are to fear, you have to fear sin. Why? Because we fear wild animals, a tiger, lion, we fear them. We fear ghosts, devils. Of course, some people fear even income tax officer or commercial tax officer. Or some policeman is enough to be afraid of. So we fear these people. You don't need to fear anybody. Why? The other person is as good as you. The other person is as bad as you. What you have, he too has. What you do not have, he does not. You have bones, the other man has got bones. You have flesh, the other man has flesh. You have blood, the other man also has blood. You have the body, so also the other man. So what is there? Therefore, let me not feel separate from anybody, that I am one among many, same. How do you learn that? Before I speak on that, Daiva Preeti, love towards God. How does Baba develop love for God? Baba was a child in Bukkapatnam school. Baba was a child who studied in Kamalapuram school. While he studied in those schools in high school, what did he do? He made all children do bhajans. He started Panduranga Bhajana Mandali. Satyasai Seva organization started by Baba as a child in Bukkapatnam itself under the title Panduranga Bhajana Mandali. Therefore, Panduranga Bhajana Mandali was started by Baba as a child when he was a student in Bukkapatnam and made all children sing bhajans. So to love God, what we should do bhajans, sing the glory of God. Wherever you go. Because it is difficult to do yajnas. It is very expensive to do yagas. The houses that we live are so small that we have no space for a guest. For a guest we have no space. We have no time even to talk to our parents. That is kind of life we are leading today. The kind of life in cities like Bombay, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore is a torture. Because they have to start at 8 o'clock at home to reach their offices and they'll be back by 9 o'clock or so from long distances. They have to travel. In countries like United States, they have to drive 45 minutes to go to their office and they have to drive back 45 minutes and they'll be reaching late. What yaga they can do? What yajna they can do? Impossible. But one thing we can do, we can sing his bhajans wherever we go. Baba, when he sits on the dais, he'll be noticing. After some program is over, bhajan chahiye. Do bhajans, that's what he says. Sing bhajans. In Kodaikanal, come on, sing bhajans. He encourages everybody to sing bhajans. That is the way to love God. First, love bhajans. And that gentleman sings very well. Both of them I know them from Sambalpur. Yes. They play on harmonium, they sing well. Orissa bhajan standards are very high, very great, I know. Because I heard Balavika students of Parlakmidi singing very well. The advocate Narasimham, I met him, and his son Pandu also was here recently. I have a photographic memory, I cannot forget you guys. You can take it from me. So, sing bhajans, love bhajans. Why? I can sing cinema songs, why not? Why not? What is the difference between a cinema song and a bhajan song? When you sing a cinema song, you will be disturbed. Whereas when you sing bhajan song, you will be calm, peaceful, quiet and balanced. When you sing other songs, your mind will be diverted, perverted, misdirected. I don't know to explain the details because you are college students. Of course, I do remember my college days too. Therefore, to begin with, by singing cinema songs, you become romantic, later lunatic, at our age, rheumatic with joint pains. That's what happens by singing those songs. By singing bhajan songs, what happens? You forget your problems. You forget your difficulties. You forget all your impulses like rivalry. You forget your diseases. You forget all your problems. To forget problems, bhajan is the best antibiotic treatment. There is antibiotic factory, bhajan factory in Orissa already. I don't know about sales now. And another point is also this. By singing bhajans, what do you get? Not only forgetting your problems, you will get help from Baba. Help from Baba. He will help you to solve your problems, to save you from your danger, to get you a job and to get you married. Is that okay? Therefore, bhajan will answer your prayers. Therefore, to get out of the difficulties, dukkha nivritti, and to be happy, ananda prapti, one should do bhajans. So, for ananda prapti, for dukkha nivritti, bhajans is the first thing to love God. Daiva priti. And to love God, we should be godly. A man of God is godly. Godliness. Godliness meaning what? Simplicity. Simplicity, humility, truthfulness, gratefulness, respect, love, sacrifice. These are all the qualities of godly people. So, Daiva Priti meaning godliness. Daiva Priti meaning godly qualities. Daiva Priti meaning divine behavior like sacrifice, truth, gratitude, respect, worship, all come under Daiva Priti. Am I clear, please? Those of you who follow me, raise your hands. So I am not bad, good. I want to know my standard. Your standard is high, I know. I want to know my standard. Daiva Priti. And then the second one is, out of Daiva Preeti, you will have Papa Bhiti. Daiva Preeti Baba taught by making everybody sing bhajans, by making everybody godly, by making everyone realize the godliness. That's what Baba did, Panduranga Bhajan Mandali, as a child in those schools. And then Baba took his children, his classmates, to different temples. Hanuman temple here. He visited Virupaksha temple there. And he made all children, classmates, go to temples. Because temple is a place of worship. Daiva Preeti meaning going to a Sai center. Sai center is a temple. The temple of worship. The temple of contemplation. The temple of meditation. The temple of concentration. The temple of deep thought on God and an attempt to live in God. Therefore, Daiva Preeti, visiting temples, the Sai centers, and doing bhajans. Not only that, supposing you receive a letter from your father, you receive a letter from your mother, how do you like it? You like very much. When you write letter to your father, how does he like it? Very much. When you receive a letter from your brother from United States, Abba, much more. Therefore, you love to read letters of those who belong to you, who love you. Similarly, we should read Sai literature, read Sai books, Sai literature, so that you will know more and more about him. Just as the state president, our young friend, said few words about me, so that you have some idea who Anil Kumar is. Likewise, you know more about Baba, so that you love him more. Daiva Preeti. By reading Ramayana, you love Rama more. By reading Bhagavatam, you will love Krishna more. By reading Satyam Sivam Sundaram, you love Baba more. So bhajans, reading holy scriptures, attending Sai centers, these are all the methods of developing Daiva Preeti, love for God. And this naturally leads to Papa Bhiti, fear of sin. I explained at length what sin is, the worst of the sins, to consider ourselves different and separate from others. That's why Baba always says in his talks in the recent years that you are God, you are God, you are God. You are God. Oh, I see. Then who are you, Swami? If I am God, then who are you? If I am God, then who are you? And he says, you are God, I am also God. Oh, I see. Why two gods then? You and I are one. You and I are one. There are no two, only one. I and you are one. I am God. You are also God. I and you are one. That is what Baba speaks. To get out of Papa Bhiti, or rather to have Bhiti, the fear towards Papa or sin, the best way is to consider ourselves divine. That I am Daiva, that I am God, then you will fear sin. The spiritual solution, the spiritual approach is the only way to fear sin, not any other way. Because all other paths will encourage you to be more sinful. So, what is clearly established now? Baba said in one of his songs, you see, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Brahma Jnanam Brahma Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So what is that you should fear? Asatya, the falsehood. What is the sin that you should always fear? To consider that God is limited. No, Anantam. God is infinite. Never consider God limited. Satyam Jnanam. God is wisdom, Jnana. To think that God is limited is a sin. You understand? So fear such sins. You understand, boys? And then we come to the third aspect. Sanghaniti. To give you an example how Baba taught fear of sin, I can tell you this. In those days, when people had to come to Puttaparthi in bullock cart across the sand, the bullock carts have to be driven, carrying the luggage and the passengers. Baba instructed everybody, get down, let the cart be driven by the bullocks easily. Don't overstrain them by sitting there. He never wanted that. He condemned the non-vegetarianism. He promoted vegetarianism. He never wanted anybody to kill anything. In fact, there was one teacher by name Mehboob Khan, the favorite teacher of Baba. Favorite teacher of Baba in school. That Mehboob Khan teacher always invited Baba to eat some pakoda made at home. You know pakoda? Orissa, they make pakodas. So, pakoda, the Mehboob Khan used to carry some pakoda. Satyam, come and eat this pakoda. And Mehboob Khan further said, Satyam, the pakodas are not made in other vessels where we cook non-vegetarian food. These are new vessels, brand new vessels, where we cook only for you. Why don't you eat? This only shows that Baba is not in favor of killing anyone, because to kill anyone is a sin. And not only that, to hurt anybody is a sin. To hurt anybody is a sin. How do we hurt? Some people looks are like that. They are very much hurt. Because his looks are of the type of Kichaka looks. Some people speak and hurt you. They are the words of Mandhara type of speech making. They hurt you. Some people's thoughts hurt you. They are cousin brothers of Duryodhana. The thoughts of Duryodhana hurt you. The words of Kaika, Mandhara hurt you. The looks of Kichaka hurt you. Therefore, help ever, hurt never. Help ever, hurt never. That is the key to develop this kind of a spirit, so that we will fear sin. To speak hurting others is a sin. Yes, supposing I speak like that you feel very bad about me. That is a sin. To do something that hurts you is a sin. Please understand it. Fear that sin. Once it so happened, a person who gave vadas, you know vada? Vada. You know that? Oh, you seem to know that. Or else just in the South Indian canteen this evening. Of course, I am not a commission agent. One fellow mixed some poison in vadas and gave it to Swami. Poison, when Baba was a child. His whole body turned blue. That person wanted to kill Baba, but nothing can happen to him. Finally, when that fellow came and fell at his feet, Baba pardoned him, excused him, don't worry. Forgiveness is a great quality. Giving is a noble quality. Giving and forgiving is the quality of a person who has got merit or punya to be in his account. To reduce papa, we should increase punya. Understand that? Supposing the chutney made is very hot, what should you do? Do you add some more chili powder? No. What do? Put some salt. Cut. Finish. When the coffee is very strong, what do? Add some more milk and sugar. Yes. You understand? Similarly, to be free from sin, be meritorious. Develop more punya so that there will be no papa at all. There is no papa. There is nothing like papam in this world. It is only wrong actions. It is only mistaken action. It is only ignorance, that's all. Don't call anybody bad, good, punya fellow, papa fellow. No, you are a dirty fellow. Don't judge anybody. Some actions are wrong, some actions are good. He did a wrong action because of ignorance. So, the concept of sin is not there in Sanatana Dharma. The concept of sin is not accepted in Sanatana Dharma. No. Because there is no sin at all. It is only a question of time. It is only a question of destiny. It is only a wrong action, that's all. Therefore, fear sin. Fear of sin, meaning develop punya, the meritorious acts. And then we come to the third one, Sanghaniti, morality in society. Morality in society. How do you establish morality in society? You can establish morality in society by practicing and propagating human values. Let us practice and propagate values, that is the best way. Satya dharma shanti prema dulekunna Vidyalanniyu nechina viluva suna Satya dharma prema shantulu lekunna Padavulanu elina phalamu suna Satya dharma prema shantulu lekunna Bahula satkarya labhambu suna Satya dharma prema shantulu lekuna Vidyalanniyu nechina viluva suna Ee sanatana dharma haryambu niluva Ee nalugu punadi godalappa Ee nalugu punadi godalappa Intagannanu vereddi eduka paratu Sadhu sadguna ganyulavu sabhyulara Sadhu sadguna ganyulavu sabhyulara Satya dharma shanti premalu. These are the values, the truth, righteousness, peace, love, non-violence, Satya dharma shanti prema ahimsa. These are the values. Vidyalanniyu nechina viluva suna. You may be MA, postgraduate. You may be a PhD, doctorate. The value viluva suna, value zero. Satya dharma prema shantulu lekuna. Dana dharma sardhakata suna. Acts of charity, acts of service. Their value is zero if we don't have these human values. Padavulanu elina phalamu suna. You may be a topmost officer, a minister, cabinet minister. The value is a zero if you have no values. So human values attach value to your life. Your life should be valuable. Sanghaniti is possible if we have these human values. Satya Sai Baba has come in human form to establish these human values, to propagate these values. That is the purpose of the divine incarnation. Satya Swarupa. God is truth. Truth is God. Live in truth. Satya Nasti Paro Dharma. That is God. Therefore, my friends, Sanghaniti, morality is possible by fostering, encouraging human values. How does Baba propagate these things? Let us follow him. Satya, truth. What is Satya? We think what we see, what we hear, what we observe, what we think, what we do. If they are reported as per facts, we call it truth. Sir, I heard this. Sir, I have done this. To confess. Confession is truth. No, my boys. Confession is only factual, but not truth. Fact is different from truth. How many of you are students of science? Raise your hands. Good. Science does not speak of truth. I am a student of science for information. Science speaks of facts only. Truth is different from fact. What? Yes, it is. Why? Avogadro's hypothesis. Equal volumes of gases under equal conditions of temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. That's what I studied in the year 1958 or so. So, all calculations, all readings of the experiment depend upon pressure and temperature. When the pressure and temperature change, your experiment readings also change. How can that be truth? How can that be truth? When the temperature is less, one reading. When temperature is more, another reading. In the experiment, can truth change? No. A fact changes. Truth will never change. Another example. Now you have seen me in brown suit. In the evening you may see me in cream colored suit. Yesterday I might have worn some other violet colored suit. But the colors of suits I wear are different. But I am same. I was not violet in color yesterday. I am not brown in color. I am not changing. But the colors of my suits are changing. Clear? So those that change are facts. Those that do not change constitute truth. Satya Satyam. The truth of that truth, fundamental truth that Baba speaks about it. The second, dharma. What is dharma? Dharma meaning, you find on platforms and railway stations, people say, dharmam chayandi babu. Dharma meaning charity. Give me something extra you have. Give me some money. Dharmam, charity. It's not that. What is dharma? Burning is the quality of the fire. To be so cold is the quality of ice. Ice is always cold. Fire is always hot. Understood? A tree has the quality of a tree. Animal has the quality of an animal. Dog behaves as an animal, as a dog only. Tiger behaves as a tiger. So, man is not behaving like a man. Understood? Trees behave as trees. Animals behave as animals. Are human beings behaving as human beings? No. How do you say that? No plant kills another plant. No tiger kills another tiger. No lion kills another lion. It is only man who kills his fellow man. worse than animal. Therefore, human values must be brought back. Human values must be taught. Therefore, Sanghaniti is possible by practicing and spreading human values. That's what Baba is doing. So, it is your dharma to behave as a human being. Nara means human being, should be like Nara, and he should not be like Vanara. Vanara is monkey. Understood? Sakshara meaning a human being, scholar. He should behave like a human being, Sakshara, an educated man. Akshara, Sakshara, a learned man. He should not behave like Rakshasa, the demon. Manava should behave like Manava, but not like Danava. Therefore, human values want you to behave in the way you should. Not like an animal. If Nara acts like Vanara, then Vanara will feel insulted. Therefore, my friends, human values are most important. Of all these values, people speak of 5 values, 10 sub-values, 100 sub-values. There may be any number of values. Just as a sweet shop has so many sweets, but all the sweets are made up of sugar only. There is nothing like Mysore Pak sugar, Barfi sugar. No, sugar is one. Sweets are many. Similarly, values are many, but one single value which is so sweet like sugar is love. Love is the sugar. Love, you can make any number of sweets, the other values. When you speak truth, when you are righteous, what will happen? You don't need to be afraid of anybody. I am correct. I am quite happy. But if you are trembling, fumbling, something wrong with you. Right? Have you done your homework? Have you brought your record? Maybe you have not done your record. You have not brought your record. That's why you are fumbling. And how about your accounts? Get the account book. Something wrong. Therefore, when you speak truth, when your actions are righteous, you will be calm, peace. Love plus experience is equal to peace or shanti. Love plus expression is truth. Love plus action is dharma. Love plus experience is shanti or peace. Peace is experience. Peace is not action. Or at least some act on peace. You cannot act. You can only experience. Love plus experience. Peace. The man of peace. How do you know that you are peaceful? Or your face itself tells you how peaceful you are. Some people, faces are like frying pans. Most disturbed faces. We feel like avoid them. Because in their company we lose our peace also. Why? So peace is seen on the face. Supposing I go to the class. What does it mean? Something war at home. Peace is expressed on the very face itself. You can see how peaceful it is. Watch the pictures of great people. Watch the photographs of great people. They are always calm and quiet and peaceful. Krishna was so peaceful, even in the war field. See, that supreme peace. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. The man who can be peaceful even in times of difficulties is a religious man. A man who remains in peace even in challenging situations is a religious man. Relatives are a big nuisance. So some relative, some fellow will come and say, look here, Amma, to that girl, young girl, your husband, is he coming every day at 5? No, sister, he is coming at 8, 9, oh, I see. You know the reason? Yeah, it's office work, I know. No. He is having an affair with steno, type is there. Huh? I say, that evening when the fellow comes at 8 o'clock, doors are not open. The fellow goes on tapping the gate. Door, not heard. Finally he shouts, door is open, no coffee. She turns her back to him. Till yesterday with a smile and coffee, today she turns her back. Coffee, make yourself with that, okay? Why? Misunderstanding. When there is understanding, there is adjustment. When there is no understanding, there is no adjustment. What is this adjustment? That is non-violence. Love plus understanding is equal to non-violence or ahimsa. So, love plus understanding is ahimsa. Love plus experience is shanti. Love in action is dharma. And love in expression is satya. That is sangha niti. Baba establishes those values. I know it's already 12. The subject is so much. I wanted to talk to you on certain other aspects also. But highlights I'll mention. What you call quick round of questions in quiz. They say quick round. Like that I'll do a quick round. Mother Teresa said, do, but don't talk. Do, don't talk. Therefore, when you go to villages to establish these three, Daiva Priti, Papa Bhiti, Sangha Niti, what should you do? You do according to these three, but don't talk about it. Number 2, when you do these things, do not compare yourselves among yourselves. That Bhubaneswar is better than Puri. That Puri is better than Paradip. Never do that. That Sambalpur is better than Burla. Oh, in Burla there is such a school, right? That Kapani is there, right? Are bhai, I remember. So, Karuna Kapani. Good. I will not retire, take it from me. So, the point is, do not compare. You do what you can. Because depending upon your time, depending upon your resources. Point number 3. By propagating these 3 principles in villages, understand that you are growing, that you are progressing, that you are advancing, that you are purified, that you are sanctified. Do not think that I am helping villagers to progress. You have not progressed. How can a beggar can help another beggar? Impossible. A sick fellow cannot cure the disease of another sick fellow. Therefore, understand that these 3 principles will benefit you first. And out of this personal benefit, the others will be inspired to be benefited. Number 4, if there are some mistakes in the villages, among the villagers, don't condemn them. Don't say that this village is a horrible village. No. If you say so, the village is horrible and you are terrible. Don't say that. Forgive them. They are innocent people. They are ignorant people. Simple example. Once mass marriages were held here in Prashantalia. Mass marriages. About 1,000 or so. All local villagers came here. And it was Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, Chief Minister, who was the chief guest. Baba called Sevadal and said, these are villagers, they don't know how to do that. Poor people. They'll be spitting everywhere and they'll be talking loudly. Don't shout at them. Poor people. They are ignorant, they are innocent people. Don't punish them. Treat them nicely. After all, they leave. Wash all verandas, wash the whole thing. But don't condemn them. Excuse them. Because they are from villages, they are uneducated people. That's what Baba said. You know that? So, develop this quality of forgiveness. And the next, point number 5, because I am telling you the technology also, is this. Learn to appreciate people. Appreciation, not depreciation. If you go to a village, you may find people are good, appreciate their goodness. You find nice buildings, cleanliness, appreciate that. You find greenery, appreciate that. Flowers, appreciate that. Temples, appreciate that. Appreciate that, what you notice there. That is a positive attitude. Never condemn. Point number 6. Do not follow the same method adopted by somebody else. Meaning, do not copy, do not imitate. You choose your own path because each village is different from another village. The demands of this village, the requirements of this village are different from the demands and the necessities, needs of another village. So have your own plan, have your own action plan, depending upon the socio-geographical, economic conditions of the village. Number 7, never judge anybody. Don't say this is a backward place. Are you forward? No. You are not forward. If Lakshmipur may be backward. Berhampur fellow may say, Lakshmipur is backward. Okay. Before Bhubaneswar, he is backward. And Bhubaneswar forward. Before Delhi, backward. Delhi is forward. Okay. Washington, New York, Paris, backward. Who is forward? Who is backward? You are very tall. Taller than me. But in front of another fellow taller than you, you are short. Understand? Therefore, never judge anybody. Don't say this is a backward area, this is a backward. You are doubly backward, fully backward. Never say that. Point number 8. Never say that I am only a candle. Some people say, I am a humble servant, I am a humble devotee. Who said you are humble? No. Never condemn yourself. Some people say, you do not know Anil Kumar, I had many bad habits. Why do you tell me all that? You want me to develop those things now? Never condemn yourself. Never underestimate yourself. Never deny yourself. No. Because you are not a simple candle. Some people say, you are a humble servant. No. You are already a servant. Why humble again? You become double servant. So, you are not a candle. You are not a lamp. You are a splendid torch. Understand? You are a splendid torch. Burning, fiery. That understand. That's what Baba says. Buddhi, Shakti, Parakramam. You should have Buddhi, intelligence. Shakti, the energy. Parakramam, valor. Utsaham, enthusiasm. Dhairyam, courage. Utsaham, Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti, Parakramam. These are the qualities that youth should have. My friends, I forcefully conclude, because the time up, that you have to go to the canteen and come back for darshan again this afternoon. I personally feel, believe me or not, that I am not speaking in this conference hall, that I am right now in Bhubaneswar, the state of Orissa. I am so happy to see the known faces. I am so happy to recollect all my past association. That past association is renewed today. renewed, relived today. May Bhagavan inspire the youth of Orissa. I am sure by looking at you that Orissa state will have a long future in Sri Satya Sai organization. Let all the youth take responsibilities. Let you be the office bearers. Let you run the organization dynamically with all the enthusiasm. You are going to be the future leaders of Sri Satya Sai organization. May Bhagavan bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Adisesha Ananta Sayana Adisesha Ananta Sayana Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha Adisesha Ananta Sayana
गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गं गणपतये